Next on the list is all this area below the mouth. Now, there's quite a lot of shadow there, so rather than put white on there, I'm going to put in the grey. And the reason is that it's very dark, and I might find that I have a problem getting it dark enough. And also, there's a dark area here, which is the same idea. So that needs to have shadow on it. And I need to come down to those marks. And again, I'll be using the grey. So it's right down now. I better move this up a bit. I'll lose you to there. Is what we're doing. Nice and solid. Be putting grey in there. Now, 230. That can also be put into the fur. We've got to do this before we do the nose, and obviously we can't do the mouth until we've got this lot sorted out. That's going to be grey in there. Now I'll start the ball rolling on the grey. This is the 233, but really I'll do it in my usual stop-start fashion because it's going to take a little while to do. It's quite a lot of depth here. That's why I never put anything on that area. Now you've got to be careful when you're doing any animal not to make him smile. If I continue that, he'd look silly. You get to there and you just turn it. Now I'm sure that they do smile, but you've got to be very careful not to exaggerate it too much. And if I do, then I'll have to whittle it back. There's just another area just there. It has a very strong white. Now we haven't done the nose yet, but I want to preempt it by putting some shadow coming off the edge. And the other thing we have here is for skulls. And it's a good idea to do that a lot stronger than that, because once I get later on the group whites and the other colours in there, they're not going to show up. In fact, I think it also pay me to darken this too for the same reason. this is the area that I was talking about. So I'll use the grey first of all. There we are. Okay, now let me just show you how I start the ball rolling here. We've got to put grey on, and we can put the white back, not a problem. Now when you come into here, this is dark again. And there we come up from there. And down the other side. It leaves a very believable crease in there. Okay, well, let me just do this because you've seen how I start the ball rolling. And so I'll finish it, and then we'll use the darker, stronger tones. Now that's all the grey on. I've also added just a touch of 182. You can see that. Not a lot, but remember we've got to put the white back on again, and we've got to add some stronger colours, working in the direction that you see the fur lying in. Use the colour shaper just to smooth it all in like that. Okay, now we need the dark colour. This is 181. Be positive with this, especially in an area like that. Now that's going to go back there and disappear. And again it disappears here. This is where we had that dark area, and what I want to do now is I don't want to go right up to the edge of that. I want to leave just a little bit of grey that's already there. Showing. So that comes down here and in there, and you'll see in a moment when I put the shaper on again, we can move that dark colour into it. Okay, that's as far as I want to go with that. Now there's just the odd spot that has to have some strength in. Don't want too much of this because it's white fur, but there'll be a little, and it does add quite a lot to the design of the picture if you do that. I don't think we want too much more. I think that's probably enough. Let's see how we get on with that. Now this is where you start off here with very dark, strong area, and you bring it up. This is where I say you can drag some of that. That's really nice. It's something that we picked up quite recently, where you can use the colours to drag rather than add colour onto it. That looks good. It stops quite abruptly there, and really just need to flick them in so that they see how nice that is. Now, as far as this is concerned, this is a little bit more complicated. Use the colour shaper again, but again use it like you would a pencil. Push the colour up. We can also add just a touch of black in here too. And remember, we're going to bring the white back on top of that. This is why this particular colour shaper is better than the white or the ivory, because it's stronger and it will allow you to do what I'm doing here. And as I say, just in the very darkest part of that, put a little bit of black in. It's just really to emphasise the strength. There we are. That is, I think, as far as I'm going to take it. I can't do any more. I haven't finished it down there yet. And maybe just a spot or two of black under there would be, just add a bit more punch to it. Okay, now I'm not going to worry, well, perhaps I ought to show you how it works. The white, turn your picture up the other way, turn your reference picture up the other way, so you're working, there we are, okay, put that in so I can see what I'm doing. Now, we bring the white back. It's at its strongest there, so concentrate the white there. Now this area here, I've showed you before how to do this. You twist the pencil as you go over those dark areas. That way you get it doesn't pick up on the dark colour. There we are.